What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a fabulous day. I would like to apologize because I know I've been a bit absent in the past few months. It's kind of been a crazy journey. I'm definitely looking forward to catching you guys up on that in a later video. But today I'm super excited to introduce you to one of my best friends here in SF and one of my buddies, Blake, right here. And I'll have him introduce himself a little bit to you guys. So why don't we start off with, and by the way, I have my phones on my questions on my phone, so I'm not like looking at my phone while I'm interviewing this guy, but can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you were doing prior to App Academy?
Sure, yeah. My name is Blake, and before App Academy, I was actually in medicine. I was in the bio field, I was in biospace, and I was getting my doctorate in optometry. And I just didn't like it for my own reasons, and I just kind of living in the Silicon Valley, saw like how successful people can be in tech, and me and Don today are going to be talking about how we broke into tech.
Yeah, awesome. So obviously, for people that don't know about App Academy is like a 3-month program. They have a really low acceptance rate, but basically they guarantee you a 6-figure job after graduation. So for folks out there that are trying to get into this kind of prestigious program, what kind of tips do you have for them regarding to the entrance exam?
Probably the number one thing is commitment. That's probably the one thing that I saw down the board is everybody in App Academy that made it through had some combination of just intelligence and work ethic, but definitely both. I didn't see somebody that was super smart and didn't have the ability to work hard, and I also didn't really see anybody that had really great work ethic but no intelligence. So I feel like the combination of both, if you just the ability to do it, and also just kind of the commitment there. Yeah.
Cool. So can you describe what a typical day is at App Academy? Is it like coding 24 hours? Like
Yes.
What's the deal?
If you're looking at me, App Academy, any sort of boot camp, I mean, the whole idea is you're cramming this education into a 12-week program to kind of meet the demands of the industry. So it is obviously very intense. And I think the people that we did see that kind of didn't make it through the program were maybe those that had kind of different ideas on what they would do on their off time. For 12 weeks, you live and breathe coding. I think that's pretty fair to say, you know.
That's fair. And what would you say is the toughest part about App Academy?
Toughest part definitely is just making it through. So a lot of people tend to think about jobs. What am I going to do after App Academy? I hope I get a job. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Just kind of staying focused on the material itself. So if you're learning JavaScript, if you're learning React, just staying on React and hooks and trying to read the documentation the night before and just kind of apply yourself the best you can the next day. So it's pretty good.
So obviously, when did you take App Academy? Was it like
So we graduated in November. Right?
November, so it was a couple months ago. So where are you now?
Right, so I am really excited to share that I went from knowing nothing about software to being a senior software engineer here at American Express. This is our office, pretty dope. We've got pretty much everything that you could want in a tech office, and it's a fantastic job. And I'm not embarrassed to admit that I'm actually senior over those that even attended 4-year programs and had a little bit more experience than me. So I think that's pretty amazing.
So obviously, App Academy isn't for everyone, but a lot of people want to get into the tech scene in SF or anywhere in general. What general tips do you have for like the job search process?
Right. So for the job search probably once you get through the curriculum, job search is tough in its own hand. But sure. I would say you're applying to 40 jobs a week. Now you might be reading like, what, 40 jobs? That's crazy. Some of you guys might have experience in job search in other industries, and you send like 10, 15 resumes out a day. That's not going to cut it, I would say. So kind of
I sent like 200.
Oh yeah,
it was a lot.
Yes. Don, he was. He definitely set the record for the amount kind of job sent, and that's probably one of the reasons that he was one of the first ones out of our cohort to get a job. Is kind of like just getting those no's out of the way quickly and just mass applying, definitely. And the other thing, portfolio. You want to talk about portfolio?
Yes, portfolio. Obviously, super important when it comes to job search. What projects did you have in your portfolio, first of all, when you started applying to?
So I had a Python computer vision that put glasses on your face. That was like my wow portfolio. I think anybody that looks at computer vision or looks at something like that, be like, okay, this guy can obviously code. So that's why I went with, that's my small project. So I recommend having a big full stack project, kind of a game of some sort, and then another sort of side project, maybe 3 projects on your portfolio. Let's talk about the big project. So In the App Academy and for a lot of boot camps, I recommend cloning an app that exists, like Facebook. Instagram is an easy, really impressive one because they have very simple lit UI. Facebook, Instagram, what else did you see cloned down?
Well, I did Robinhood. I saw a lot of Slacks. There were a lot of good Slack
A lot of
clones.
good Slacks,
Evernote
yeah.
was a popular one. And we'll put links down at the bottom too. Which one did you clone?
I cloned Warby Parker and Instagram, so I did too.
So we'll put links to those. I'll put a link to my own Robinhood clone so you guys can check that out. Some pretty cool projects, but really it's just about getting your projects out there, right? Because you're just
absolutely.
developing yourself as an engineer.
Absolutely.
So yeah, guys.
And I would say those projects are especially critical because you are breaking into tech, right? So you're trying to compete with those that coming out of 4 years of software. They pretty much did Java for 4 years. No offense to any computer science majors watching this. So you wanna separate yourself from these guys by being able to prove that you know the latest technologies like React, whatever's popular, Flask, Ruby on Rails, whatever's popular at the time. You want to be very familiar with these frameworks. It kind of gives you an edge over kind of your traditional CS applicants, right?
So, talking about traditional CSS applicants, what kind of if you were to contrast the two between a 4-year traditional degree and a boot camp,
right?
What are the positive and negatives there?
Right. So I think so if you've gone traditional 4-year CS, then you obviously have a huge leg over your average bootcamp grad, and it's actually even reflecting the salary and your placement. That being said, I don't think you'd be watching this video if you're completed a CS degree, maybe for the most part. But something that I would say that bootcamp grads have over CS is that is kind of like the knowledge of the latest technologies. Like a lot of CS applicants aren't going to know React out of the box, but you, on the other hand, React's going to be your bread and butter, and it's going to show in your portfolio. And when people they look for React experience. They're like, wow, this guy's already great at React. He's ready to go. He's ready to hit the ground running, and that's what's going to differentiate you between your CS applicants.
Awesome, man. So thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you guys for viewing. We will put links to App Academy in the description so you guys can check it out if it's for you. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning in.